SJ. Welcome to Mvskoke Radio, your weekly source for tribal and community news, interesting guests and discussions, plus a local events calendar.
It's Jay. My name is Liz Gray. Gary Fife is out today, and he will be back next week. Welcome to our program on 1240 The Brew. Today on the show, we have a Vox Pop regarding the 2017 MCN election. Kim Little with the Diabetes Program is going to tell us about this year's Diabetes Summit, and the Language Program will be stopping in to tell us about their Language Day Camp. Let's start with the introduction to our Vox Pop. Mvskoke Radio took to the streets to ask Mvskoke Creek voters their opinion about the upcoming Seat B election and what they look for in a candidate.
All right, we're beginning to tape. What we're trying to do is get a feel for people's election feelings, their opinions, that kind of thing. First of all, what's your name and where you're from?
I'm Ashley Dunn. I'm 22 from Holdenville, Oklahoma.
Okay. Are you going to vote in this next election?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay. What do you think are the important issues in this coming election?
Well, I see a lot about the blood quantum. I think that's a big issue right now because, you know, as the generations go on, you know, we're mixing with other races, or we're mixing with other tribes, and it's dropping, and then you have, you know, the blood quantum that you have to have in order to, you know, run for anything, basically. So I think that's a really big issue.
Okay. What do you think are the necessary qualifications for a candidate? Or perhaps characteristics?
Characteristics? Well, I look at whether a person is traditional or not, because I come from a very, very traditional family, and I like to see like princesses that, you know our culture, know our language, know our history. I like candidates that I know, from seeing at the stomp grounds and other places, singings, churches. I like to look for that in people.
Okay, great. Anything else you'd care to add?
Not really.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. About your preferences, but
okay.
Hopefully neutral questions that'll keep you out of trouble. Okay, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Ariel Mullinax, and I'm from Okmulgee.
Okay, are you going to vote in the next election?
Yes, for chief, yes.
Okay. Now, what we are looking to find out are what are the issues that you think are important in the upcoming election, or for someone to advocate?
Well, obviously, keeping our culture alive and present is important, and I feel like the tribe has done a really good job at doing that. But I work for Creek Nation, so I think just overall taking care of our departments, making sure that there's funding for our programs, and making sure that the money is well spent.
Now, when you look at a candidate, what is it that you want to see? Their characteristics, perhaps, or what they think are their priorities? What do you want to see?
Well, I know stating your opinion can be very difficult, so I think somebody who just feels strongly and is passionate about what they're wanting to do and can stand behind their beliefs and stand up to other people that may not have the same.
Okay, great. Anything else you would care to add?
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. On Mvskoke Media, and we're doing a piece on...
We know Mvskoke Media.
Great. So, well, I'm Gary, this is Liz, and we're asking people what's on their mind about the upcoming election. So we'd like to ask you a few questions. You want to start with you, sir? Okay.
Want me to identify myself?
Yeah.
Your name and where you're from?
Okay. Blue Clark, blue like the color, Oklahoma City, enrolled member, concerned about the fiscal health of the Mvskoke Nation, concerned about the upcoming election. There have been some announced changes, small and large changes in the election process. And Oklahoma City Mvskoke Creek Association on Saturday, July 22, is holding the first candidate forum. And we've done so in the past, and we look forward to a good-sized crowd coming for discussion, statements, and answering questions from the assembled audience.
Okay. So what is the main issue for you as a voter in this upcoming election? Your main concern. What is your main issue that you are concerned about for it?
What's my main concern?
I would say that his main issue would be citizens outside the jurisdictional boundaries. You know, I'm Teresa Gouge from the Oklahoma City Creek Association. I work for the community center there, and our main concern is really about focusing on citizens that are outside of boundaries. You know, we know that we have access to tribal dollars. We just hope there could be programs under the tribal dollars that could help us and service us.
Okay, and what do you think is the most important qualification for a national council candidate coming up? Like their characteristics? What are you looking for a national council member that you would vote for?
I would just say like someone open-minded of both citizens near and far.
Okay.
You know, because a lot of the candidates always, you know, speak about citizens here within the jurisdictional boundaries, and they forget that even though we're outside the boundaries, we come back every weekend to our ceremonies, and that we don't just city creeks, you know, like people presume. We do a lot within the nation and our native churches and our ceremonial grounds. So I think just an open mind, positive mind, and thinking about creeks near, far, and beyond.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
I would add to what Teresa said. We frequently come into Okmulgee and into the tribal complex for meetings, answer questions, participate in forums, a wide range of things, which is one reason we're here standing now. We came from Oklahoma City to transact some business, and we are active participants in our tribe, and we would like elected representatives to recognize that and also be active in supporting us and what we do.
And possibly think about a satellite office in Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Very much.
We do get a lot of calls from citizens, Dallas, Houston, Kansas, about how did we do it in a center in Oklahoma City. And so I think with a satellite office, we can help answer or understand their feelings, those who live outside of boundaries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. First off, I want to ask, are you voting in the upcoming election? Yes. Oh, and your name and where you're from?
Jennifer Shelley, Kellyville, Oklahoma.
All right. So what is the main issue that you're looking at in this upcoming election?
What's most important?
Yeah. What's most important to you whenever you're voting?
Giving back to the people, helping the people of within the tribe.
Okay. And what are some of the qualifications that you are looking for in a national council member or someone that is running for election?
I want somebody that actually knows where the people come from. I don't want somebody that's extremely wealthy and doesn't understand how it is to be poor or need assistance, or how do I put it? I don't want somebody that's real self-absorbed and is doing this just for a title or for status. I want somebody that actually cares.
All right. Thank you. Okay, if you want to start, just state your name and where you're from.
Robert Jones from Okmulgee.
Okay. And are you voting in this election? Do you vote usually?
I've just now moved back this way, and I just now registered.
Okay. So what is the most important issue that you're looking at this upcoming election?
Jobs.
Jobs. And so what are you looking for in, like, what qualifications, what kind of characteristics are you looking for in your national council member that you will vote for?
Just someone who's just looking out for the people, stuff like that.
All right. All right. Thank you. Okay. Just go ahead and state where you're from.
I'm from Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. Okay. Are you going to vote in this election?
I vote during all elections.
Okay. Okay. What is the most important issue for you in this election?
Dealing with the elders and dealing with the children, because the elderly we should show respect to them for the simple reason they're the one who taught us a lot of things that we needed to learn in life. The children, they're our next generation. To me, they're the most two priorities. Education, naturally, education, and because the elders, they're on a fixed income. And I feel as if, they should be taken care of with different services.
And what is the most important quality that you look for in a national council member or someone that you're going to vote for? Like their characteristics and their qualifications?
If they were brought up traditionally, either by the stomp dance ceremonies or by theology, those are two important things to me for the simple reason they understand the Indian way of life. In other words, it's down home, so to speak. And that is what I look for as far as personnel running for election, that they should be knowledgeable of the culture and the way of life, the way that we perceive life. And it'd be a plus if they knew the language.
All right, thank you. Okay, just go ahead and state your name and where you're from.
I'm Jim Chalaki. I live in Wetumpka.
Okay. Are you going to vote in this election?
Yes.
Okay. What is the most important issue that you're looking at in this upcoming election?
I'm looking at a candidate that would give me more options of how to better the Creek Nation, because we hear so much of the same thing each election time. So if we find somebody that has different views, different ideas, I think it'd be great.
Okay. And so what are some of the qualifications in a candidate that you're looking for?
Well, you have to look at them as an individual, where they come from, how they were raised, who brought them up, what kind of education they got, what views they have about the nation itself. Some people have different views, and we're just looking to the fact that if he has a good idea about what's going on, then I will certainly listen to him.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. We had some interesting people that we ran into, a lot of various opinions of age and location, and it was an interesting time to see how people feel about the upcoming election. We would like to hear how the citizens feel about this upcoming election. Right now, we have a poll online at mvskokemedia.com about what information is the most important when a citizen is choosing a candidate, and that's at Mvskoke Media, mvskoke.com. And I think we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be back.
I started doing it when I was 11. I wanted to be just like my big brother. And some of my friends were already doing it. We got hooked fast. I just can't get enough. I'm Jacob, and I'm addicted to playing the drums.
There's lots of stuff that makes it cool to be Native. Doing meth isn't one of them. Find something better to do. Check out ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Who am I? Am I Native? I don't want people assuming things because I'm Indian. I just want to be me. But how do I live in two worlds? Some guys just check out by doing meth. But that ain't for me. Because I see my family, my friends, my drum making, my future. There are a lot of cool things about being who I am. And meth isn't one of them.
Learn more at ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians. Who am I? Am I Indian? Just 'cause I'm a girl from the res, don't make things up about me. What if I move away? Then who am I? Some kids try meth just to escape, but then I think about my grandma, my little brother, my beadwork, my poetry, and I think, I like who I am, And I know meth is not for me.
Check out ncai.org, a message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Hear that? That's the sound of Hope being killed by meth. Methamphetamine use is causing huge problems in our community. Hear that? That's the sound of something you can do about it. Events like rodeo, res ball, and family time can help keep kids away from meth.
Talk to your kids. Keep our culture alive. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Learn more at ncai.org.
One Fire Casino in Okmulgee offers Ladies' Day every Monday with $5 match play, VIP days for seniors on Tuesdays, lunchtime match plays on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and several other great drawings and prizes throughout the weekend. Don't forget to take advantage of spinning the wheel on Sundays to win up to $5,000 cash. Be sure to check out the daily meal specials at Council Oak Cafe. There are exciting monthly giveaways with extravagant prizes. Come and play at One Fire Casino, where it really is okay to play with fire.
All right, welcome back to the program. We're going to go into talking to Kim Little from the diabetes program.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, so tell us a little bit. The Diabetes Awareness Summit is coming up August 31st. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. This is really wonderful to get the opportunity to let everybody know about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we're having our 11th Annual Diabetes Awareness Summit. It'll be on August 31st. It's going to be at the Mvskoke Civic Center this year. We actually did that 4 years ago in Mvskoke Civic Center, and we had a really great turnout. So we wanted to go back again and do that. And so anyway, we are really excited to have this event. Thank you.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the guest speakers that you have.
Yes, we have two guest speakers. Dr. Daryl Tonemal, he has in the past presented for us, and he's just a wonderful, very personable man. He's been in the field of health and wellness for over 25 years, and, every time he visits us, he always brings something funny and good to the table. He deals with behavioral health. He has a consulting group, and he's just wonderful on how people can deal with diabetes, and he helps them, through that situation. And we also have Dr. Hal Schofield, and he's worked with the OU Health Sciences Center for quite some time and doing research and just knows a lot about the field of diabetes.
Okay. So can you tell us if, what's going to be different for this year's Diabetes Summit?
Well, every year we try to do some different things. People really love the layout of how we actually do the program, but we try to offer different breakout sessions each year. And so we start the morning off. It's from 8:30 to 3:30, so we start registration off at 8:30. We do risk assessments and health screenings. We will be doing that this year as well. And then we go right into doing some morning physical activity sessions, which is wonderful to just kind of get you going and get you started. And so we've got a gentle yoga, Zumba, and then this year we're going to be adding a new type of activity they're icebreaker games to get the people to know each other. So that's really some exciting things, and we'll have some different people coming and visiting us this year. We're actually going to have our Miss Mvskoke Creek Nation is actually going to come and visit us. Her platform is diabetes prevention, so we thought that would be really wonderful to have her come on board and just talk to people about why that is her platform.
Okay, that's awesome. I think that's great. So tell us a little bit about the icebreaker games. Can you tell us,
Yeah, well, the wonderful thing about icebreaker games is, when people are coming into this, they may or may not know other people from other areas of Creek Nation. Since we're targeting all areas of Creek Nation, they're going to not know some of the individuals that are going to be participating in the class with them. So the icebreaker games just helps get them exercising, moving around, having fun, laughing, just sets the mood for them for the entire day. So we have games that'll just introduce each other, that maybe make them think a little bit, kind of keep them on their toes, but just overall, just a time to laugh and have fun and get a little bit of physical activity in the morning.
Okay, yeah, get them moving. So
get them motivated.
Yeah,
yes.
motivated. Yeah. So what are we doing what are you guys doing as a program to help with diabetes prevention?
Overall, the program of diabetes, we have several programs that are in. I could probably be on here all day talking about some of the stuff, but we have prevention side of the programs, which is what the exercise managers do. So we have our tribal walking program. We have programs in schools like our jump rope programs, our movement and prevent diabetes programs. We have a diabetes prevention program at the dorm. We are currently in the middle of our diabetes prevention youth camps right now, and that's mainly on the prevention side of it. But we also have it where we have a management programs with our EPIC sessions, which is educating partners in care. We help educate newly diagnosed, or maybe somebody that's diagnosed that's ready to help manage their diabetes. They're ready for that step. They can come in and do the class with us. We offer hypertension and diabetes, and we have a lot of different aspects. We've also added this year. We have added what's called MOVE, which is our weight management groups, and it's an 8-week course that they'll go through weekly. And we've had some really good success so far. We did 2 groups already, and we're getting ready to do a third starting in the fall.
Okay. Awesome. That's great. I think that getting people moving and interested in their health is great, especially because, I mean, I know that, us as a Native American, population, we do have a lot of issues with diabetes and weight management.
Yes, and it's very prevalent. I mean, we have about 35% creek-wide that have diabetes. So, I mean, if you're looking at a third of the population with diabetes, we know that's prevalent. So the prevention is where we start, especially young with some of the kids. Mm-hmm. But, the management of it is really important as well, so that we empower people that, just because you have diabetes doesn't mean that it's going to kill you. It doesn't mean, you can live a healthy life with diabetes, and that's what we want to empower people to do.
Awesome. That's great. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. All right. So I want to just thank you for calling in and getting us to know. So just tell us again the date, where it's going to be.
Wonderful. Yes. So it's going to be August 31st at the Mvskoke Civic Center, and that's located on 425 Boston Street in Mvskoke. We also have a Facebook page posting. If you guys want to like us on Facebook page, it's on MCN Community Diabetes Prevention, and there's a flyer there. It's a Save the Date flyer that you can click on and see the guest speakers that we will have. But it also gives the times on there and the date and location.
Okay. All right. And they can contact you.
Yes, they can contact me at 918-637-9684. Also, Dwayne Meadows at 918-752-7949.
All right. Well, thank you for
Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Okay, take care.
You too. All right. I think we're going to go into another commercial and hopefully be back with the language program.
One Fire Casino in Okmulgee offers Ladies' Day every Monday with $5 match play, VIP days for seniors on Tuesdays, lunchtime match plays on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and several other great drawings and prizes throughout the weekend. Don't forget to take advantage of spinning the wheel on Sundays to win up to $5,000 cash. Be sure to check out the daily meal specials at Council Oak Cafe. There are exciting monthly giveaways with extravagant prizes. Come and play at One Fire Casino, where it really is okay to play with fire.
Who am I? Am I Indian? Just 'cause I'm a girl from the res, don't make things up about me. What if I move away? Then who am I? Some kids try meth just to escape, but then I think about my grandma, my little brother, my beadwork, my poetry, and I think, I like who I am, and I know meth is not for me.
Check out ncai.org, a message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
I started doing it when I was 11. I wanted to be just like my big brother. And some of my friends were already doing it. We got hooked fast. I just can't get enough. I'm Jacob, and I'm addicted to playing the drums.
There's lots of stuff that makes it cool to be Native. Doing meth isn't one of them. Find something better to do. Check out ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
Almost 150 years ago, the Mvskoke Creek Nation established their capital here and they called the place Okmulgee. Today, Okmulgee is a thriving town of business and tradition with a spirit of community that is alive and well. A community of service for our fellow man. And no entity brings more to the table than the Mvskoke Creek Nation, providing a whole plethora of services for our citizens and our community alike, such as housing assistance, medical attention, food services, and community events. For more information about the Mvskoke Creek Nation, visit our website at www.mcn-nsn.gov. The Mvskoke Creek Nation, your partner for the future. Motto.
All right, welcome back to Mvskoke Radio. We are joined now with the language program, and we're going to talk about the children's language day camp that you have coming up. If you can just go ahead and tell us a little bit about it, and about like the purpose and the age group, and like what your main focus is for this day camp.
Well, our main focus is trying to keep our language alive. So we're going to have this day camp starting on August the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th from 8 to 12:30. And our age group is 9, 10, and 11 this year.
Okay.
In the past, we've had the lower ages, and then we've had high school. So we want to reach this age group this year.
Okay, and that's Gracine Hicks with the language program. I forgot to introduce you, and then this is she's joined with Philip Deere today. Harjo. Oh, Harjo, sorry. What was the purpose of picking the ages of 9, 10, and 11?
Well, we've done the younger age group before, so we're trying to give everyone a chance, the age groups. We're trying to give them all a chance to be able to learn our language, and so that's why we pick 9 and 10 and 11-year-olds this year.
Okay, so as you go on, it'll probably change like what age groups that you're doing, or do you have like different ones that are going to be going throughout the year, or what?
Well, we just got through with the high school immersion. Mm-hmm. We did a high school immersion in June, and we usually do a day camp, and so since the younger ones do not get to come, we try to get all the age groups. So this year we're going to focus on this age group.
Okay.
We've done the 6, 7, and 8. We had a camp for them one year, so we're trying for the 9 and 10, 11-year-olds.
Okay. All right. And it says on the flyer, to preserve the Mvskoke language. Can you tell me a little bit about how exactly, like some of the lessons, I guess, or activities that you will be doing to do that?
Well, on Wednesday we're going to be doing like greeting and simple introductions, like HJ, Stongo, how are you, and it's going to be like 3 days. On Thursday, August 3rd, we're going to have like commands, and we're going to do greetings and simple introduction, and like a Creek prayer for like to eat, like prayer for the food. And Friday we're going to be just doing review all we taught to the kids.
Okay, awesome. Let's see.
We're also going to teach the children the clans,
Mm-hmm.
so they'll know that Mvskoke people do have clans, so we want them to be aware of the things that maybe they're not taught at home, but we would like to bring out so that they can know that we have clans. And like Philip said, the greetings, we want them to be able to introduce themselves to someone, maybe an elder, in the language, and be able to, if the elder said, ask them the same question, they'll be able to answer back in the language.
Okay, that's awesome, because I know that I'd always wanted to learn, and I feel like as an adult now, I feel like my pronunciation, I think that starting at a young age is really great for them to be more comfortable in it. It's just like any kind of language that they're learning is good at a young age. It seems like they soak it up that much more because they're so susceptible to just learning in general, and I don't know. It's just, I think it's cool. I think it's cool because I struggle with like pronunciation and like feeling comfortable to even like try to say one word, you know, much less a sentence. So
Yes.
so,
Yeah. Well, like you said, the younger ones, they really just, if you tell them a certain way, and they're going to say it just like you said it, because like you said, their brains are so young, they absorb everything that's taught to them.
Yeah. Yeah. So when are you going to promote an adult day camp so I can jump in and learn some language myself?
Well, we do have a instructor that does teaching at noon. She'll be starting back in September, but she does it from 12 to 1. And she teaches the language to the adults.
Okay, and how long does that usually run? Is it like a program?
Yes, it runs till the end of school.
Okay.
It starts up, we'll start in September, and she'll teach it until the end of, probably April is the latest that we go.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about like some other programs that you guys are coming up with, like similar to this day camp that are focused on youth, to help them learn the language? You have any upcoming lessons, or like do you offer to youth like within, or even within the schools, or like your own personal, like, hey, we have these classes that for youth, like if you can tell me about if you offer that, if you have any upcoming things as well?
Well, we teach at the daycare. I teach at the daycare. We teach at the Head Starts, and we'll start that back up in September also.
Okay.
We'll go out and we go to the different Head Start sites and we teach there. We do have language councils that we usually have, that we go to different communities and try to get their input on a lot of our words that we do not have names for, or maybe this community says it a little bit different than maybe we say it. So we try to get to a point where we just use, one word, settle on one word.
Yeah, it seems like that has been an upcoming topic of, I say dialect.
Yes.
How people say it a different way. Could you tell me a little bit about that? I would like to know, like, how does it vary? Like, how does the dialect vary? Is it just region, or is it
regions?
Regions.
It's regions. We're both from the same region, so we talk alike. But other people may say it a little bit different than we do, but it's understandable. I mean, I can talk to someone else and know what they're saying.
Right.
So it's just the dialect and how they were taught, how they were raised to say it. So that's just.
Okay, so you guys have gotten to a point to where you are like, whenever we teach the youth, or when we teach children, this is the dialect that we're going to use, because is there a reason behind why you choose the dialect, or the reason why you choose it to teach it a certain way, or is it you've come up with like a standard now?
No, we don't have a standard, but the way we teach it, we just teach the language. I mean, and if, they may run into some people, that maybe say a little different, but it's understandable for everyone, so we just go in and teach.
Okay, and you said that you have some words that you haven't translated. Do you have like an example of like, are they more like modernized words?
Modernized words.
Like
computer.
Computer, okay.
Computer, let's see, what else? Think of some more words, like a copier, different things that pizza. We don't have words for pizza because we didn't have pizza back then, but different things. There's a lot of words that we really need to come up with some Creek words.
Who would be involved in translating
it? The elders. I would say the elders, because they would be more apt to. It's kind of like some things we just do it as. What am I trying to say? Describe it. We have to describe it, and that's the closest as we can get to some words, is describing it. Just like the mouse on the computer. We have a word for mouse, so we say jissy. That's what we call it, because we have a word for that. But as far as the computer, the keyboard, and those we do not have.
Yeah, like the different. So it makes me think that like maybe we would still use that, but I don't know, like pizza. I didn't ever think about like how would you describe pizza in the Creek language, you know. It's
Mhm.
like, do you put bread, tomato, and cheese together in one word?
See,
or
that would be a description.
Yeah.
You have to describe it.
Yeah,
so.
and that's it seems like it would be a
Mhm.
really long word,
Right.
and how to cut that down. And
Mhm.
I think it's interesting that we are, evolving into this, like, you know, to build our language. I think it's great that what you guys are doing to modernize it. And, you know, we talk about, we did a piece over endangered languages, you know, like, and how we're trying to keep this going so we can maintain our culture and our language. And I think that, day camp and lessons and going into the daycare, I think that's great.
That's why we have these language camps, because we're striving to save our language. You know, we want our language there for future generations and things like that. So that's why we have these day camps. But if you would like to visit us out there, you're welcome to see the.
And where's the language camp?
We're going to hold it in our office.
Okay.
It'll be at our office, and it is on 2401 Beaver. We are located south of the WIC office, if people are familiar with it, and we're the second building east of the mound. It's the Department Training Building.
Right, and this is on the main complex.
Yes,
of
it
the
is.
Cremation.
And we only have 4 slots available.
Okay.
So we're taking the first 21. So if there's some people out there that haven't put in their app, it's time now. Our deadline will be July the 31st.
Okay.
And also, we are going to have a waiting list. If we do not get we have to have a copy of their CDIB. They have to be enrolled citizen.
Okay.
Creek citizens.
So do they need their CDIB or their citizenship card? Okay.
And so if they want to be on the waiting list, let's say a student drops out on the first day, we can call someone and they can fill that slot, because we do want to have 21 altogether.
Yeah. Have you thought about having like bigger day camps, like as you go on to expand, to see like maybe like the waiting list is a little bit long, like, oh, well, let's expand it to not only 21, maybe 31, you know, to eventually grow into this program into like a day camp, and so it could be almost like a summer, like an annual summer day camp. And
well, we hold those too, the immersion camp that we have for the high school, and we usually is it 50? We usually allow for 50, but we usually get about 28, 30. So in order to have this other one, then we just have this for the younger.
Okay, so you said high school, and then this is like 9, 10, 11. What about the middle school age? Like, I didn't know. Is that part of the high school, or is it?
We started from the 7th grade, 7th through 12th.
Okay.
So we've had a camp for the 4th, 5th, and 6th, didn't we? And then we did the younger ones. So this year we're going to focus on this age group and see how this group will go at.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, 9, 10, 11,
that's a fun group.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Like
that's
that.
That's a good
even the
age
little
group.
ones, like the little ones, I think that they have that such enthusiasm to learn.
Yes.
You know, like, I mean, you get to like teenager and it's just kind of like, they're like, you know, and you'll have, you know, those few pop up that really want to learn, that really want to go towards it.
Right.
But then you have the younger children that are just so like ready and just so open, and I think it's amazing what you guys are doing to focus on that energy, you know, and put it somewhere, and that'll help them lead them on into, you know, understanding their culture and their language, and, you know, building up the future.
Yes.
I'm curious, how many people in the population, of the Creek population, actually speak the language fluently, would you say, if you were guessing?
I would say, and this is just my guess, I would say less than 500.
Out of, what, 80,000? How many?
Yeah.
Wow. How many would you say are trying or are learning or in this process of learning the language? Sure.
What do you think?
That's not very many.
No,
I mean,
not
that's a
too many.
pretty minor
Yeah,
percentage point
yeah.
right there, just 500 out of the whole trying. That's amazing.
Well, right now in our program we have 3 instructors, and that's all we have. So that's fluent. And it's just, well, like we have one instructor that does during the lunch time. She does 12 to 1. And
is that because it's so difficult to learn? Is it a really difficult language?
well, since I've been speaking the language all my life, it doesn't seem difficult to me, but I'm sure a first-time learner that it is.
I could say it's a little bit intimidating at first because it's not structured the same. You know, if you've been reading and speaking English all your life, and then you see and you're like, what are these V's doing here?
Right.
You know, so it's just like, and I just know because I know very basic. I went to the Head Start, the Creek Nation Head Start, many moons ago, and so we had our own like animal assigned to us, and it was in Creek, and we had the name badges on stuff that showed us what those things were in Creek. And I mean, that's just kind of being able to count, and that's where my basic knowledge came from. So that's why I say that I appreciate the young, like the little babies, and the preschoolers to learn, because I know that has stuck with me, and I'm 27 years old. So through the years, and knowing like just this, here, from 20 something years ago, and it stuck with me. But to actually like speak it, I think it's the speaking part of it is the most intimidating, because reading it, it's like, oh, this is what this is, and reading it is fine. It's just speaking it is gaining that confidence as an adult.
Right. I think that's how people are. They feel like I might say it wrong.
Right.
But I always say, just go ahead and speak, because that's the wrong thing to do, is to tell someone you're not saying it right.
Only 500 people would know you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Is it similar to any other languages out there? I mean, any popular languages at all, or is it in its structure or design?
Well, we see a lot of our words being like some of our words are like the Cherokee words, almost. Cherokee and the Chickasaw, some of their words are familiar to ours, but they say theirs a little bit different.
Well, because there's a base, isn't it? What is it's like how like Spanish and Italian have that Latin base. We have like, I think, the same base. I thought that's what I had read. It's like, I think it's Mvskoke and like base of it, and that's kind of like in that area, the southeast area.
Yes.
There are a lot of tribes that have similar, even though it's
because like we say Mado. Y'all know what Mado means. Yeah. Mado, and Cherokee say Wado.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
Is it similar to non-Native American languages at all, or just other?
Not that I know of.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, there's no. I haven't caught anything that would be like.
We went to a class where they were teaching us Spanish and French. It was a training program. I could not get that French. I just could not.
Your tongue doesn't. Whenever you're used to speaking a certain way, and they also say that with different languages, your mouth, if you've been speaking Creek, your mouth has formed into a way like where your tongue sits and where you speak from is different. So to go from one language to another it's hard, because your tongue is a muscle and it's used to being a certain way and speaking a certain way, and then hey, let's change this up and take a language that you're not comfortable with, and you've been talking a certain way, like English, speaking English, and then I can barely speak English, whenever I'm talking too fast. So I can't imagine trying to say Hinksjay. It's like I can't say it right. I know that I don't say it right, and I can't, and I can't stop myself. I can't stop myself because I haven't ever sat down and took the time to be like, hey, I need to figure out exactly where it's coming from. And that was in Spanish. I think I had the same. I would just talk like a very English version of a foreign language.
I could do the Spanish, but I could do the French. I could not do the French. I just couldn't catch on to that. So I went on to the workshops that had Spanish. So it would have to be
yeah.
But I could see how first-time learners would feel, because that's how I felt trying to do that Spanish. I was I was lost, like, so I can see how a first-time learner would feel when they're put in that position too, because I was put in that position during that training workshop we went to. So.
Yeah, and do you think that the college, because I know the college, they offer like certification, right? Like the classes and stuff? Do you
Yes,
think
they offer the classes.
Have you, talked to people that are coming out of it about maybe working with you, or even like, I don't know, maybe even setting up a program to have those like as teachers?
No, not at the moment. We haven't.
Yeah, just yeah. You haven't had anyone approach you to be like, hey, I really
No.
enjoy the language.
No,
like to.
no, we haven't.
Huh, that seems like it's a missed opportunity almost. For. I mean, I would love to. I want my kids to learn, and I would like to learn one day how to speak and things that it starts with these classes. It starts young. It starts young, and getting kids interested young is the best thing that you guys could do, because I know from personal experience it's stuck with me, and that's something in my culture I want to hold on to, and I'm trying to like pass on to my kids. I think my son went to the daycare at Creek Nation, and he learned a lot. He learned a lot in just like that small amount of time that he was there. So I think you guys are doing good.
Well, that's good. If you want to pass it on, that's what we need. We need people to pass it on and not keep it.
Right.
That's how it starts.
And don't be scared. Don't be scared of
don't be scared
a different
to
language. I'll tell myself that. Definitely. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in. You had a lot of information. Again, they have the Children's Language Day Camp. It's for children ages 9, 10, 11, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That is located at the language department at the education building to preserve the Mvskoke language.
Yes.
Could we hear some of that this morning? Because a lot of people probably haven't heard. Since there's only 500 people speaking it, we don't hear much Creek language. Could we ever, maybe you could give the announcement where your next class is or something in Creek or something? How about that?
Yeah, is
that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
We don't hear that much.
Well, you want us to do our
Anything.
introductions?
Yeah, anything.
We'll introduce
just
ourselves.
hear something.
Okay. Hische Gracine Hicks, Jehovjifkados. Mahaga Jugo, Imahaya, Bidak Labuchkosan, Mani Mahayedo. I said, hello, my name is Gracine Hicks, and I teach the little ones at their school. Mother.
Good.
Hische Philip Harjo, Jehovjifkado. Madamo Hobidagin, Mo Mahayedo, Anyuma, Mvskoke Obanaga, Hobidagi, Mijania, Man Bodotoyan, Man Obanai, Followi, Atetkida, Mujanita.
Thank you.
That's cool. Yeah, that was the announcement that I just read. So it was awesome.
Hobidagi Mahaya niya Ostabagan Bali Hamgandalagin man Mijahandi Nita Sahokola Sadokchina Osta man Mijahandi Hasakitka Aleji Jania Chinabagin man Mijahandi Puchalegin Adigin man Mijahandi. So Mvskoke Language Program present Children Language Camp 9, 10, and 11 age and August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th from 8 a.m. to 12:30.
That's what he said in the language.
Right. That's your turn
Pass.
He also did introduce himself.
All right. Well, thank you guys again. And that's awesome. I can't wait to see how these little kids. I kind of want to follow up later to see if we might even stop by there.
Yeah, stop by.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
And thank you for having us. Mado.
Mado.
In God.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with some community announcements.
Who am I? Am I native? I don't want people assuming things because I'm Indian. I just want to be me. But how do I live in two worlds? Some guys just check out by doing meth. But that ain't for me. Because I see my family, my friends, my drum making. my future. There are a lot of cool things about being who I am, and meth isn't one of them.
Learn more at ncai.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America and the National Congress of American Indians.
One Fire Casino in Okmulgee offers Ladies' Day every Monday with $5 match play, VIP days for seniors on Tuesdays, lunchtime match plays on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and several other great drawings and prizes throughout the weekend. Don't forget to take advantage of spinning the wheel on Sundays to win up to $5,000 cash. Be sure to check out the daily meal specials at Council Oak Cafe. There are exciting monthly giveaways with extravagant prizes. Come and play at One Fire Casino, where it really is okay to play with fire.
Almost 150 years ago, the Mvskoke Creek Nation established their capital here, and they called the place Okmulgee. Today, Okmulgee is a thriving town of business and tradition with a spirit of community that is alive and well. A community of service for a fellow man. And no entity brings more to the table than the Mvskoke Creek Nation, providing a whole plethora of services for our citizens and our community alike, such as housing assistance, medical attention, food services, and community events. For more information about the Mvskoke Creek Nation, visit our website at www.mcn-nsn.gov. The Mvskoke Creek Nation, your partner for the future. Motto.
All right, welcome back to Mvskoke Radio. We have a few community announcements for you before we head out for the day. I'm going to go into some election stuff. You know, this year is 2017 National Council Seat B election. Right now, the candidate filing is going on. Today is the last day for that. I think until 5 or 4. I think it says 4, but and then we're just going to go into August 24th. Absentee registration closes at 5 to register as an absentee voter. Absentee ballots will be mailed out that Monday, August 28th. And then after that, it's the primary election, September 16th. It's going to be here quick. So anyone wanting to vote, you know, get a hold of the election office and they'll get you set up. And so we have an announcement with emergency management and the safety department, extreme heat and heat-related illnesses. The risk management department and emergency management department have listed a few precautionary measures to take during times of extreme heat. And right now in this area, it is extreme heat. I think the heat index is within 100, if not more. You know, it's getting really hot. So with the heat-related illnesses, you know, during times of extreme heat, precautions should be taken. You know, drink plenty of fluids, of water, clear fluids. Suggestions, you know, work early in the morning for those that are working outside. Stay hydrated. Water is your best friend during this time. And any signs of heat-related illnesses, be aware of these signs, you know, dizziness, lightheadedness, hot skin, redness of skin, cramps, nausea. Just like once you stop sweating in heat is a problem. It's time to go see a doctor or go drink a whole bunch of water. But if you have any questions, you can call emergency management at 918-732-7794 or extension 7891. The Ag and Natural Resources Department is hosting a Food Safety Modernization Act training at the College of the Mvskoke Creek Nation on August 2nd from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Oklahoma State University Horticulture Department is helping put on for ag producers. For more information, you can contact Carly Hotved at 918-549-2555. The College of the Mvskoke Nation Student Organizations is holding a second annual fundraiser golf tournament. That's Friday, July 21st. I think that's coming up this Friday at Fountainhead Creek Golf Course. That's in Chakota. $300 per team for our 4-person scramble. Cash prizes for first, second, and third place teams. You can contact Whitney Swaffer at 918-884-5013. The College of the Mvskoke Nation is also announcing their open enrollment for fall 2017 for anyone wanting to attend the College of Mvskoke Nation. Classes begin August 28th. You can schedule a tour with the Student Success Center. They offer degree programs of tribal services, Native American studies, police science, gaming, the Mvskoke language studies, and in gaming. You can contact them at 918-549-2847, and you can apply at www.cmn.edu. And the Scholarship Foundation program is holding their 4th annual Swing for Education benefit golf tournament. This is supporting proceeds benefit the Mvskoke Creek Nation Scholarship Foundation's program effort to raise money for scholarship. That's going to be September 1st at Fountainhead Creek Golf Course. Registration starts at 8 a.m. Raffle prizes, whole contests, and mulligans. The tournament includes a 4-person scramble format, cash prizes for first, second, and third place teams. You can contact them at 918-732-7754. All right, and I think that is actually all we have today. So I'm Liz Gray, and have a good day.
You've been listening to Mvskoke Radio. Join us again next week for more local, tribal, and community news and updates. Madot.